Young and the Restless sees Sally Spectra, Courtney Hope, so horrified when she turns up to the big Abbott-Com launch party, and also what Kane Ashby, Billy Flynn, confesses to the week of September 8th. We've also got Daniel Romalotti, Michael Grazziti, coming clean to someone. And some stuff with Holden Novak, Nathan Owens, and Claire Grace Newman, Haley Aaron. It's all good stuff. Claire and Holden's explosive confrontation, secrets and blackmail in Genoa City. We're going to start with Claire and Holden and work our way back to the spoiler where Sally gets so shocked because it's huge. As this week ends, we have Claire sick and tired of Audra Charles, Zuleika Silver. Claire and Audra go off on each other this week, fighting in front of Holden. He is playing referee, but he is clearly Team Claire. Audra rolled up talking trash about Claire for having a drink or two, or five, with Holden. Audra then said she hoped that Claire went and dumped Kyle Abbott, Michael Mueller, because he is a liar and a cheater. Claire clapped back at Audra because she knows that Nate Hastings, Sean Dominic, dumped her for doing that dirty deal with Victor Newman, Eric Braden, and then lying to Nate's face. Holden on Claire's side on YNR. Audra was also snapping at her ex, Holden, accusing him of using old pickup lines on Claire. Boy, he didn't like that. He was already over Audra and crushing on Claire. Holden told Audra to back off. He's definitely getting in the mix, taking sides. Claire then called Audra the B word, which, yeah, I get it. Audra snapped back at Claire about everyone thinking she's so innocent, but Audra knows Claire's terrible backstory when she tried to poison all the Newmans. Audra said, maybe Kyle should be the one to open his eyes about Claire and not the other way around. Audra knows how to scheme, I'll give her that. But Claire is actually the dangerous one compared to her, so Audra needs to watch her back. However, there may also be more to Audra than we know of, maybe something a little dangerous in her past as well. Claire had had enough of Audra. She dropped a final insult and then marched out. Of course, Claire was tipsy, and Holden went chasing after Claire because he had no reason to stick around and talk to Audra, and he really does like Claire. Next week, Holden and Claire are talking in the park about what happened in LA. This is something we've heard about now for I don't even know, 8 or 9 months. The mysterious incident in LA. From the moment we met Holden, we heard about this. There was an incident in LA where Holden helped Audra take care of something, and it had something to do with Tucker McCall, Trevor St. John. There was some kind of jam that Holden helped Audra out of while she was with Tucker. Holden is telling Claire about this because she really wants to know what went on back then. Holden says that what he and Audra did wasn't completely legal, which means it was illegal, which means it was criminal. Claire wants to know from Holden if he is trying to protect Audra, or if he's trying to protect himself, or if he's trying to protect both of them. I bet she'll get the info out of him. Will Claire blackmail Audra? Holden tells Claire that he's really afraid she won't look at him the same way if she finds out the truth about what happened. But I do think Holden is going to be honest with Claire about his past with Audra. I just wonder if it's something big enough and dirty enough that Claire could use it as blackmail on Young and the Restless. We know Kyle wants to try and run Audra out of Genoa City, and this info might be enough to do it if Claire shares the information with Kyle once she gets it out of Holden. But Claire might not betray Holden's confidence that way, so Claire might use that info herself. Daniel and Tessa's budding romance, a wedding song and new beginnings. Also, it's been a minute since we've seen Daniel and Tessa Porter, Kate Fairbanks, but they're getting closer. Tessa has already said her marriage to Mariah Copeland, Cameron Grimes, is pretty much over, and Daniel admitted to his dad, Danny Romalotti, Michael Damian, that he has feelings for Tessa. We've also got Danny and Christine Cricket Blair, Laura Lee Bell's wedding coming up next month. And Danny asked Daniel, Michael Graziade, to be his best man. Now, it looks like Daniel might play a song at Danny and Christine's nuptials. When Tessa hears the song, she is floored. She's telling Daniel she can't wait to see how proud his dad, Danny, is going to be when Daniel plays his first song for Danny. It definitely sounds like Tessa might be the wedding plus one. Daniel also tells Tessa that she came up with the lyrics and the melody and turned the chords into something beautiful. Daniel takes it a step further and says, "The song is beautiful like Tessa." She seems very touched by Daniel's words after getting ignored by her wife for a while. This is probably really good for. Alright, now I saved the most exciting for last. Sally has this big 1950s themed launch party all set up for the brand new company she's CEO of, Abacom. She reserved society for the event, and she jokingly invited Billy Abbott, Jason Thompson, to be her plus one, even though he and Jack Abbott, Peter Bergman, are the Abbotts in the company name, but she is the boss. Sally made all these exciting plans for the launch party: decor, food, drinks, everything. She told her boyfriend, so Billy knows how hard Sally has been working to get this all arranged. Then she and Billy are blindsided by something insane that happens next week. Sally and Billy walk into society and kind of announce their entrance. "We're here." They're expecting a room full of guests, but nobody's there except for one person. Sally is horrified to see the place empty, not decorated as she planned. It's like somebody completely canceled her launch, and she tells Billy, "Wait, whoa, hold on. Everything was supposed to be decked out. Where is everybody?" Then we see the one guy there. Kane the culprit on Young, and the Restless. Party crasher Kane Ashby is at the bar and says, "Hey guys, glad you both made it. I was starting to get worried." So, obviously, he did this. Bear in mind, Kane is hot off the heels of a big argument with Phyllis Summers' Michelle Stafford, who stepped in and ran her mouth and blew this chance he had with Lily Winters, Crystal Khalil. He was making some progress with Lily and telling her he'd stop the takeover stuff, which is a lie he's trying to sell all across town. Then Phyllis comes in and just makes him look like a liar. Kane's furious. He was yelling at Phyllis. He's more adamant now he'll never work with her. Plus, Kane doesn't want to be part of an alliance with Victor to target Jabot to take down the Abbotts. However, Victor still has some blackmail he can leak to the press about Colin Atkinson, Tristan Rogers, and said he was conning that lady out of her inheritance. All that we know is that he did inherit, but not how he made it happen. Did Kane snatch up Abacom? So maybe Kane has done something to get control of Abacom to use it against the Newmans and to stop them from coming after the Abbotts. We'll see. Whatever stunt he's pulling with Billy and Sally, we're going to see Kane confessing to at least some of this new plan next week. If he dangles revenge on Victor in Billy's face and dangles Chancellor too, I definitely think Billy might betray Sally if Kane makes a good enough offer. You know, maybe he wants the media company,